caught in a hidden place, over and over and over again. So what do we do it for?
Hey, what is going on, guys? Danny Cash here, and I wanted to make a quick video. I am very excited because tomorrow I got my interview with Apple. Now, Apple is a company that I've been wanting to work for a while. I love their products. I've heard great things about them. I know several people that have worked for them in the past, and they tell me it's a bunch of fun. The pay is decent. By the way, it's the Apple Store. So I thought I'd make this video just showing the entire process, the interviews, in case you want to work for Apple and you're going through the whole process. If I do get the job, I want to show you guys what I did in order to get the job. So first thing you guys might want to know is Apple's not an easy company to get into, even at the retail level. There is a lot of people, there's a lot of competition. So me personally, I have applied for the last 2 years and I've never gotten a call until now. So you guys might be asking, how did I get a shot at interview this time? Well, guys, just like everything in life that is competitive, you have to put in the extra effort and set yourself apart. So that's what I did. Instead of just applying, hoping that they will call me, I decided to go into the store that I want to work for and talk to the manager myself, tell him why I'd be the perfect person for the job. I handed him my resume myself and I showed him that I really wanted this job. So that's what I did. I went into the store, asked for the hiring manager, and I handed him my resume. And he was like, oh great, you know what, we actually are hiring. If you want, we could set you up for an interview right here and then. We went into one of the MacBooks and he signed me up for the interview, which I told you guys is tomorrow. So I am very happy that I got the interview, but it is, after all, it's just the interview. I have not gotten the job yet, so the hard work and the effort has not stopped. So what I'm doing to prepare for this interview, I went online, I went on Glassdoor.com, where it shows you all the reviews, salaries, interviews that people have had with each company. So I went under Apple and I looked at all the possible interview questions that Apple can ask you. I wrote down about 20 of them. And I've been in the process for the last 2 days of memorizing every single question that they ask, and I've written my response to every single question. Yes, it's a lot. It took me like about an hour and a half, but if you want something, you got to put effort into it, and that's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully this will prepare me for any questions that might be coming at me. I will know how to respond, and I will do it very confidently. Another thing I've done is I called those people that have worked for Apple before that I know, and I've asked them about how their interview process was and any tips they could give me, and all of them basically have told me that I need to pretty much just be confident, try to stand out by being the first one to respond, participating a lot. I have to go in there, like I said, they want people that are going to be social and that like people, like working with other people, because there are going to be a lot of customers and you're going to talk to person after person. So they just want to make sure they're getting social, nice, friendly people. So when you go in there, you want to be as friendly as possible. You want to smile at everybody. You want to talk to as many people as you can that already work there. And that would right away just set you apart. So I plan on getting there about 20 minutes earlier, just so if I could go in there, I could maybe talk to a couple people, get to know a couple of the managers, talk to them. Now what I'm planning on wearing tomorrow, on the interview email that they sent me, it just said you have to be business casual, but I still don't want to wear jeans or anything like that. I want to make sure that I look good, so you don't have to wear a suit, but at least wear a nice black slacks or just a nice elegant color. And I'm just gonna wear a nice button down. Now tomorrow's interview, the first interview, is a group interview. So I actually really hate group interviews because it can get very awkward and everybody's kind of like watching what you say and some people copy what you say. And it's just very uncomfortable. But they get such a large number of applicants that it's impossible just to talk to each one by one. So that's why I'm putting in extra effort, guys. That's why I'm doing all the things that I have told you already. The writing down every single interview question and really knowing what I'm going to say to every question. Now all my responses are put together in a way that shows that I really want the job and that I am very experienced and knowledgeable in customer service, because mainly that is what they want. At least that's what a couple people that work for them have told me. They want somebody not that is a genius in computers or Apple products, but they want somebody who is, well, for this position, the specialist position, they want somebody that's very knowledgeable and experienced in customer service. So I put together my answers in a way that show that. But yeah, guys, I need to keep preparing. So tomorrow after my interview, I will make another video telling you guys how it went and if they do give me a call back, I'll let you guys know. So time to put in some work. Let go. Hey, what is going on, guys? So it is about 9:30 in the morning right now, and I just left my Apple job interview, first interview. It was a group interview like I expected, but it wasn't that many people as I expected. Actually, it was 2 other people other than me. It was 2 guys. They did say that there was a couple more people that were supposed to show up, but they didn't. Luckily for me, less people that I have to compete with, and it was a pretty cool experience. It was pretty smooth, actually. I mean, at first I can't lie, I was a little nervous, but luckily I had prepared so well that I knew every single question they were gonna ask me, and I knew how I was gonna respond to every single question. So on that part, it was very easy. And then I just try to stay calm. I try to stay confident. I kept my mindset on, you know, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. I'm prepared. You know, I envision it, and I feel like it was gonna be given to me. So the kind of question they asked me was pretty much typical interview questions. They were like, you know, name a time you had to deal with a rude customer. That is the big one. I knew exactly what to answer to that. I gave an example, and you know, I told them what I learned from that experience. Second question was describe a time with a difficult coworker. So once again, I knew exactly what I was gonna say. I was well prepared. She was actually impressed. She was like, yeah, you know, we actually had situations like that here also, and you dealt with it the right way. And the last question was, what is your favorite Apple product? I told her it was the MacBook. I told her why. I try to sound passionate, you know, but you also got to be genuine. You don't want to seem like you're forcing it. But I am actually I actually do enjoy the MacBook a lot. So my reaction was pretty genuine. I was passionate. Yeah, guys, I think I did pretty well. She said to wait about 24 to 48 hours before, you know, they'll send me an email to let me know if they want to continue with me or if they want to go with somebody else. But I think I did pretty well. So right now, let's just wait. I did my best. I know I did my best, and I don't regret anything. So yeah, guys, I'll keep you posted on what happens. Peace. Alright, peeps, how's it going? So today is April 9th, and tomorrow I have my second interview with Apple. So I did get a call back from Apple the same day I had the interview. Like 2 hours later, they gave me a call and they said they would like to see me Monday morning for my second interview. They said they were interested. So that is great, guys. I am so excited. I knew I did pretty well at the interview. I could feel it. You know, I feel like there was a connection between me and the person who was interviewing me. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, I just felt like the other 2 guys that were there with me were just trying too hard. I was just more natural about it, and I was just myself. So I felt like it came out as authentic and genuine. So I am excited about tomorrow. I'm also a bit nervous. You know, it's my second interview. It's probably going to be a one-on-one with, you know, someone high up there, like store manager. So I know I need to stay on top of it. I'm still prepared, but I'm still gonna go over my interview questions today, just to make sure they're still right here. And I also plan on going with the same mentality, you know, whatever happens, happens. As long as I know that I did my best and I stay confident, I'm okay with that. But I do feel good about the whole situation. Just the fact that they already saw something in me that made them interested. I feel like, you know, I just get to carry that momentum into the next interview, and I should do pretty well. So I'll fill you guys in tomorrow after the interview, let you guys know what happened. Hey, what is going on, guys? So just got back from my second Apple interview, and I think I did pretty well. It wasn't as smooth as the first one, just because I felt like going into this one I was a bit more nervous, because I knew there was a bit more on the line. It's the second interview. It's getting that much closer to me getting hired. So subconsciously I was a bit more nervous. But that being said, I still think I did pretty well. Since I prepared well, most of the questions that they asked me, I responded pretty well to. Since I was a bit more nervous, you know, I did have a harder time picking and choosing my words, but I still think I did okay. This time it was a one-on-one interview. I had an interview with one of the managers there. It was a guy. We went to another part of the mall. We sat down on these benches and we pretty much just talked. He asked me questions like what were my hobbies, why I wanted to work for Apple. He asked me about my time at my old job. And the question that got me was, he asked me to tell him about a time where I connected with a customer. That is a question that I wasn't all that prepared for. I did think about it briefly before, but I didn't really go over it. So with this question, I had a bit of a hard time picking and choosing my words. I knew the situation in my head, but because I hadn't rehearsed it, it just didn't come out. It didn't flow as naturally as the other questions that he was asking me. But it did feel pretty chill, pretty casual. We were just talking, and this interview was actually pretty short. It was just around 50 minutes. He got pretty straight to the point. He just asked me the questions. I answered them. And at the end, he just asked me, if I had any questions for him. I asked him about any goals that the store had or the company had as a whole for the year. He kind of spoke about it a little bit. They want to do different charity work, just giving back to the environment, to the people. And that was pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I didn't feel as good as the first interview. I think the first interview I did pretty well. And obviously I got the second interview because it went well. But this one, I still think I did well, but I also feel like I could have done better in certain aspects of the interview. But yeah, he just told me to pretty much wait about a week. He was gonna review it with some other managers, and they had to interview a couple more people. They said they would let me know by the end of the week. So hopefully it goes well. Hopefully they give me a call. But yeah, guys, right now, I guess it's time to play the waiting game. I'll get back to you guys if I get a call. Hey, how's it going, peeps? So today is April 14th, and I finally got my response from Apple. This is the response I've been waiting for, the response you guys have been waiting for, and the result is that I did not get the job. Yeah, guys, I got the email. They said, thank you for your time, for your interest in Apple, but we can go ahead and pursue other candidates that I guess are more qualified than I was, or appear to be more qualified than I was. Yeah, guys, I am pretty disappointed. This is probably the hardest I have worked for a job till this day in my life. Every other job I kind of just went in there and winged it. For this job, I actually put work into it. I did my research. I looked up all the interview questions. Yeah, I just put a lot of time into it. So I am pretty disappointed that it didn't work out just because of how much I invested. But like I said, guys, my mentality was, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, it's not meant to be. Maybe there's something else further along in my future that's better for me that I just can't see right now. So what I think I could have done better is my last interview, I should have just relaxed. I should have taken it easy like I did the first time. Just have fun, enjoy it. The last interview, I was just tense. I wasn't relaxed. I knew I was nervous. I knew there was a lot of weight on this interview, and that's what messed me up. Because of that, my answers weren't as good, didn't come off as natural. The answers I had rehearsed, they came out kind of different from what I had in mind before the interview, what I was gonna say. Second, I think I should have engaged more. The second interview was very quick. It was only about 12 minutes, and I think in 12 minutes you can't really make a connection with somebody, or for the most part you cannot. So I feel like I should have engaged more. I should have asked more questions. I should have asked the interviewer about himself, his experience at Apple. He did give me a chance to ask questions, but I just didn't take it. But overall, it was a cool experience. The interviews were pretty chill. It wasn't, they didn't really put you on the spot like that. It was more like a conversation, pretty chill. But like I said, guys, if any of you are planning to apply for Apple, or you already did and you have an interview, the tips I could give you is just be yourself, be natural, just be comfortable, have fun. Go in there with the mentality that you're having fun. Don't take it so seriously. At the end of the day, you're not gonna die if you don't get this job. So just go in there, be yourself, be passionate, look passionate, sound passionate, bring high energy, positive energy. They like that a lot. That's why I got the second interview, because I showed all of this on my first interview. Obviously, like I did, practice your answers, rehearse them before you go in. Know what you're gonna say. That way you don't get stuck and seem like you don't know what you're talking about. And that's gonna give you more confidence at the same time. And yeah, just don't make the mistakes I did, which was being a little too nervous and taking it too seriously and not having fun at the end of my last interview. And also engage. You know, ask them questions. When they ask you, do you guys have any questions? You know, ask questions about the company, ask questions about them, what they like. Try to connect with that interviewer. But yeah, guys, that is my Apple experience. It didn't work out like I planned, but it was a hell of an experience, and hopefully this video will help any of you guys that are trying to get in there. So if you do got an interview, best of luck to you guys. Hope you guys get it. Peace.
For the